Funko will tell you when a character is flocked or metallic, but they don't tell you other things. And today we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of Funko Pop Easter eggs that I have in my collection. Now I actually made a video about this a little while ago, but there were so many more that I found I had to make another. And the first character that we're starting with today is the Frog of Thunder from Loki. This is a really interesting one, and there's kind of like two Easter eggs going on here. Alrighty everyone, here it is, the Frog of Thunder. Honestly, one of my favorite pops from Loki. And if you're wondering what the different Easter eggs are, one of them is literally just the fact that you can actually take the lid off of the jar and let him out if you want to. And now here's the thing, he is glued down, so you can't really get him out, but if you look on the bottom, it wouldn't be that hard if you wanted to pop him. Pun intended, and if I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably gonna be keeping it in there for today. I don't want to ruin the character. And now everybody, the second Easter egg with this one is probably the cooler one of the two, because if you take a look on the back here, it says T365. You may be thinking, what does that mean? Is it just some random numbers and letters? Well, no, it actually has something to do with the Mighty Thor comics. T, of course, stands for Thor, but 365 is the issue where the Frog of Thunder was introduced. If you take a look on the front of the comic book, it even says Thor leaps into a brand new identity. How cool! Next up, everybody, we have WallE, and this is another pretty interesting one. And now I want to mention, if you own any of the newer WallE characters, every single one of these figures has this Easter egg. And now this actually has nothing to do with the figure, it actually has to do with the box, and it's on the inside flap. If you pop it open, you'll notice here it actually has a BNL logo, which stands for by and large. Oh, and also, if anybody's wondering, it's also on the bottom, which I thought was pretty cool, and if you'll notice, it's upside down. I like it a lot. And now, if you guys don't know what BNL stands for, it's actually like the big corporation in every single one of the Pixar movies. It's actually a big reason as to why the Pixar theory is even a thing and how all the movies are connected. Because the BNL logo doesn't just show up in WallE, it also shows up in Toy Story as well as a bunch of other films. And now, of course, it's most prominent in WallE because the ship is BNL as well as a bunch of other random trash items you find on Earth. So that is definitely why they added it for these boxes here. Now, everybody, this next one is really interesting and honestly something I didn't learn about till very recently. But with most of the Captain America pops, and I'm not going to say all of them because it isn't all of them, but if you see the shield in the front, you may know what I'm talking about. If you open them up and actually take them out of the box, you'll see, okay, this is actually really exciting because I haven't tested it with this one yet, but I'm noticing it's definitely gonna do it. Okay, let me show you here. So there is the Captain America, and you can actually, check this out, hold on, take the shield off of him. What do you do with the shield? I don't exactly know, and I know that there is another version of Captain America, I believe it released for Civil War, where you can take the shield off of his back and put it onto his arm. I don't own that exact one, but I do still think it's really cool that you can take it off of the original comic book version and swap arms if you'd like to. Now, everybody, we have the Mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas, and I just grabbed a random one, but it works with every single version of him. And now it is actually something on the figure, and if you're aware of the Mayor, and if you've seen Nightmare Before Christmas, you would know what I'm getting at here. And now here is what he looks like when you take him out of the box, but you can also flip his head around, and he can have the opposite expression like he does in the film. And like I mentioned, this is with every single one. The art series, the original one, the newer updated version, as well as the chase, it keeps going. And I honestly think it is so cool that you could swap it back and forth, maybe depending on what mood you're in, who knows? The one thing that I do think kind of sucks a little bit though is that you can't display them both ways in the box because the hat is tilted a different way, so you have to do it like this, but either way, it's still really cool. Now let's get into another Disney character, and the one that I've got here is Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. Now for these ones here, there isn't anything on the boxes that I know of anyways. I mean, I didn't see anything. But what it is this time is actually something to do with the sheet music that he's standing on. Because from the front of the box, as well as what it would look like on the glam shot, you wouldn't see anything. Like, this is what he would look like, but if you turn him all the way around, you'll notice it actually has some music notes. And now, I used to read sheet music because I played piano, so let me see if I can figure this out here. It's do 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 do. Oh, do 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 do. The Little Mermaid theme song. I'm completely making this up. I'm gonna be honest, I can't just sight read it like this. I would actually have to sit down and play it, but if anybody else wants to play it and let me know, please do. And now, even though I have no clue at the moment, it would make the most sense for it to be the theme song, but maybe he's conducting a different song at the time in the film? I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the film to really figure this out. Now, everybody, let's swing into some Spider-Man pops because we have some from the Miles Morales game. And I believe this works with any Miles Morales figure from this set. And it's actually gonna be something on the inside of the box. And let me pop it open here to see if this one has it. It does. Okay, yeah, this is great. It's got a quote on the inside here that says, "Be greater, be yourself." How neat is that? I love that they put it in two different fonts as well. It's actually the Miles Morales kind of like signature font. And the "Be greater, be yourself" just really is like a cool addition to the inside of the box. And when you're opening it up and you get to see this on the inside, I mean, come on, that's neat. Also, if you guys want to check out the back of the box with a bunch of different characters, these ones here all released at the exact same time. So I'm guessing if you've got one of these 9, it probably has it. Now let's head to the tracks with these next characters that I've got here because they're coming in from Cars. And the two that I've got here are versions of Lightning McQueen. And these are actually things that you can find on his bumper. Because of course, when you're shopping for them in the store, this would be the side where you would normally see his back end. And you can't see it unless you buy it and take it out of the box. And so let me show you this first one here. Because for this Lightning McQueen, I mean, come on, this is so great, guys. On the inside, it actually says medicated bumper ointment. I honestly think is such a cool addition to the character because of course he is sponsored by Rusty's, and if you didn't buy it, you wouldn't be able to see it. And then everybody, when it comes to this one here, the fabulous Lightning McQueen, when of course he gets these colors for Doc Hudson, this one, it's pretty special. Let me show you this here, and I believe the car in the movie also has his, or, you know, his paint job. Of course, Lightning McQueen is the car. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen the movie in a little while, so I'm not exactly sure if this is something that Funko added or if it's actually in the film, but it would totally make sense that it is in the film. But anyways, on the back side here, it says Hornet, and then under that, it says 95 for Doc Hudson. I mean, come on, that's special. I just think it is so neat that they added that to the character, and then he's also got the Rusties, the 95, the blue honestly really suits him too. And now, everybody, we have some coming in from Moana, and I really am excited to show you these ones because I didn't even know about them till I was looking around today. Before I started filming, I thought it'd be a good idea to just like look around the room one last time to see if there was anything interesting that I could find. And I bumped into these ones here, and I guess we'll start with Tamatoa just because of how weird it is. And I guess right away you'll notice he's in such an odd shaped box. Well, actually it's a normal box, but they like turned it to the side. I guess they had to squeeze him in there somehow. And now when you take him out of the box, you'd think he's just kind of like, you know, Tamatoa, all glam like he is in the movie. But when you start to take a look at him, you'll notice on the back side here, there's a bunch of different stuff on top of his shell. And if you look even closer, you'll notice there's Maui's fishhook. How cool is that? I mean, Funko, you totally didn't have to add it, but of course it makes so much sense with the scene where they actually have to get it off of his back without him noticing. And now, keeping it on theme with Maui's fishhook, when it comes to the Maui Shark Head edition, there's another one hidden in here. Because of course this character is not holding the fishhook. If you take a look though, check this out. So on the front, he looks completely normal, but when you turn him to the side, his fin actually has that fishhook on it again. Really neat that they were able to sneak a fishhook into both of these characters. I mean, it just elevates them both so much. And well, everybody, there we go. That is all of the Easter eggs that I have for you today, and I hope you guys did enjoy because this was a lot of fun to show you a bunch more, and I'll see you tomorrow.